bright light.
It's really bright, and also like my hay fever eyes.
We look kind of like silvery.
Or puffy, as I would say. Like, it's
Puffy.
just a weird... Maybe this angle. No, it's not working, is it?
Just finding us in the community team.
Don't know how many we'll have on. Oh, hello! Hello!
Where does it? Oh, I can see it. I'm looking at myself. What an idiot.
Don't say that about yourself.
Steph, you look like a lovely run this morning through the forest trails.
He's had a bit of a better line. It's such a weird line. We've basically got massive Georgian windows here. But for some reason it's making us look... Actually, that's a little bit better, isn't it? That's a little bit better. Morning, everyone. How are you? Anyone else got a hay fever?
My eyes are really puffy this morning.
Mine are really, really bad.
I think it's just
but not so
me
wheezy.
eat pizza last night.
I did eat pizza last night. It was our treat. That's our cheat meal. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Who's on? Say hello.
We've got Steph, we know that.
Know, but
everyone else is being a bit anonymous.
No, see?
Rihanna.
No, you just haven't scrolled down.
Sarah.
Rihanna, morning. Morning, Steph. Morning, Sarah. So we have got there's 7 of you, but only 3 of you have said yes in the Hay Fever Club. It's not nice, is it?
Well, actually, I've got to tell you this, Claire. When I was walking up the road yesterday, I noticed, in the kind of against the guttering and corners and stuff, it was thick, greeny yellow. The cat-kinny thing.
You've been in gutters.
I think it might be plane
Your
trees.
eyes are?
Yeah, but it was thick everywhere, and I thought, no wonder we've got snivelly noses and runny eyes.
There's 8 of you on, and you're not all... morning, Victoria. There's another one.
We haven't caught up with the lovely Victoria yet, have we?
I have been messaging her this morning.
Oh, we're going to catch up, Victoria.
Victoria, I'm just doing it. I'm just talking to you.
When you next in London for stuff?
For stuff.
We can meet up.
Morning, Sarah. Good morning, everyone. That's it. It's just coming a little bit slow. So actually, might as well announce it now.
Love your comments, Sarah. Like when you hear Claire at the start of the video go, "Well, we had too much coffee." You know it's trouble.
Yeah. So basically, Sarah's in our programme, and on one of the real-time HIIT workouts, I remember it. I've probably said it a few times, but there's one time in particular.
I think I'm allergic to lilies.
I'll show you my lilies in a minute. That sounds like a euphemism for something. Sorry. Moving on. I think it was, I said I've had too much coffee on our Ibiza terrace once. And I think I did make the workout really, really hard. I felt like I was a Duracell bunny because I'd had too much coffee. But we've been up since 6. No, 5:30
True
actually.
story, we went to bed at about 6:30.
No, don't tell people, because actually that is really embarrassing. It is really embarrassing. But we were up at 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning, but we did go to bed. I think that's the earliest I think I've ever been in bed.
It is the earliest.
Ever.
We live in the
Sarah,
wild
you
Saturday
laughing?
night dream.
Yeah, you laughing about, I'll show you my lilies in a minute.
I think you should show them now, quickly, because you've talked about them. Look at them, they're gorgeous.
Okay. Here's the lilies. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? You don't get that in mobs.
I'm sure they're causing me irritation, though.
Oh, God. Yeah, actually, they might be. I mean, does anyone know anything about lilies or whether they actually do cause this level? I'm not getting rid of them.
I think they're related to the Triffid family.
I don't care. I don't care whether I end up looking like this. I want to see those beautiful lilies whenever I wake up in the morning.
Afterwards, I'm going to research it. Do lilies make your eyes run?
Oh, no, Vitch.
Wow. How are we all? Have we got any
bunny
questions?
on speed.
No one sent any questions. Have you got any questions?
Oh, hello. Simon, morning.
They're poisonous to
cats. Lovely. Thanks for that. It's all right. No cats.
Oh, Victoria said she's already chosen the Spanish tapas restaurant for us. Muy bien.
I haven't actually looked at that message that came in, so I'll have a look at that.
Muy bien, Victoria.
Where is it? Just message. I mean, I will be able to see as soon as I come off
Claire
here.
says yes, they can, as they're so strong. So, I've had this theory,
that.
Claire. Every
Don't
time
tell
Claire
him that,
gets fresh
Claire.
lilies, I get a little bit of irritation. As they bloom, I get more and more. I wake up with really sticky eyes. And she's told me it's rubbish, but Claire is telling me.
Oh no, I did ask.
Claire is telling me that they can cause irritation.
You cause irritation. James calls irritation.
Thanks for that, Claire. That's good to know. I'm going to look it up afterwards as well. It's good to know.
They might do, but I'm still not. You're still. Yeah, it's tough shit.
The closer I sit to them, the worse it gets.
Excuse my language. It is tough shit. Don't do lilies. Breathing issues.
Oh, see, they're related to the Triffid. It's a killer flower.
You take the stamen out and it should stop, apparently.
Oh, that feels a bit mean, though.
They are beautiful. Did you like them?
They are very beautiful flowers.
I love them.
So, team, question. Have you listened to our latest podcast yet, which is the cardio versus weights debate? I'm excited and happy. It's Sunday morning.
Yes, if you haven't listened to that, do, because actually I was in the gym yesterday. I went down to Camden.
We're trying to decide whether to do cardio or weights.
Anyway, I went down to Camden to a pure gym because the one that we normally train in isn't open at the weekends at the moment. So I've actually joined there as well. Joined 2 gyms. So I went down there and actually I was just smiling to myself because I was thinking about the podcast that we did that came out on Wednesday about cardio versus weights. And I mean, obviously I'm more interested in looking at how women train. I just am. It's my passion.
Me too.
Just looking... Oh God! I asked that. I set that one up for you, didn't I? But yeah, I'm just interested in how people train because of what we do. So I was looking around, and it was just really, really interesting. I saw hardly any younger women doing any cardio at all. They were all doing like really heavy weights, really heavy. And that's not to say that they don't do cardio. They might do. But it was just a really fascinating thing to think that actually what's happened in my opinion and our opinion, like with the rise of Instagram, social media and stuff, where lots of the strong not skinny doing weights. It's amazing. Of course women need to do weights. If you haven't listened to the podcast, we tell you all about why and then. But you know, why you must do weights in order to change your body shape. And actually, even mentally, it makes you feel much stronger, much more powerful, much more in control. But as with all things, sometimes they flip the other way. And I think that's what we've seen in the last few years, certainly, is a lot of women, and we've had women come to us that have joined our programme and actually said, oh, I had a PT, a male PT, and all he was doing was getting me to do weights. Well, here's the thing. You also need to do the fat-burning stuff. Yes, muscle, metabolically active, going to help you burn calories, but you need to do the fat-burning stuff. You need to get in the fat-burning zone. You need to get that heart rate up in order to hit your belly fat or wherever else. You can't just do weights. It has to be a blend of both. So it was really, morning Ruth, it was really interesting to see because it's quite a young gym. You know, I was wandering around like, oh, wow. But everyone was really, really young, and it's really nice to see people in there working out. So I'm trying not to come across as judgmental. I wasn't at all. It was just a observation that all the girls were just doing really heavy weights, and I love that. But at the same time, I felt like saying, I'm just interested. Do you do any cardio? Do you do any HIIT? Because actually, the benefits you're getting with your internal health as well, your health, your heart health, all of that stuff is...
You need both.
You need both.
You need both.
So it's really interesting. So I'd love to know what your thoughts on that. But I just think with the rise of the strong not skinny and just doing lots and lots of weights, and also the bikini competitors, you know, the female bikini competitors and all that kind of stuff, really put an emphasis on weights rather than a blend of both.
Sally's not here, but we had a little bit of to and fro on that. So I did my post about six pack, which is inspired by a client who's not here this morning. Was basically asking, you know, how they could get a six pack, and for men and women, it doesn't come down to thousands of crunches. It comes down to getting to a low body fat percentage when you're going to show them. And individually, we're all different in what that percentage is. For men, most men, it's generally like around the 10-11% and below. Some people are genetically lucky; they can sit at 16% body fat, and it's evenly distributed, so they can show their abs even at that high. But for most men, it's below 10, and we're there. And then Sally was mentioning about, you know, the female influencers, and I was saying, you know, I actually saw someone's shoot photos that they'd done, and not taking any credit away from them. They'd worked hard and obviously done the restrictive dieting stuff to get in shape for the shoot, and they looked great on the shoot, but the behind the scenes, so the actual what's happening compared to like the here's the finished shot. Well, you've got a lot of lighting, so if you light in a certain way, you're going to see more definition. But it was so clear that the finished shots had been touched up again, like, and everything. So like, yes, she had abs in like behind the scenes, but then on the thing they're just like rock hard, like, boom, 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 and you're like, they don't look like that in any of the behind the scenes pictures. And again, it's just portraying this. I get why you want to do it to have like a memento of yourself, but then putting it out and going, this is what I've achieved, when it's been done by
it's very inauthentic. It's a lie. It's
Morning,
a lie.
Lisa.
It's inauthentic, and you know, what most people don't understand when they're looking at these influencers on social media. I think Instagram's much worse. It's not on. You know, these women, all I can say is women, is that, and they're taking human growth hormone. Or I would say a massive majority. In fact, I would argue that all of those bikini model women, I would love to be shown someone that genuinely hasn't taken anything to enhance their muscles. And I bet you a lot of it is steroids and human growth hormone, because we see it in the gyms that we go to, even in like Marbella, but you know, where my parents live. You got women don't naturally look like that. Their abs are not naturally that defined.
And you certainly can't stay there. You can get there through a lot of hard work and hard dieting
and really low body fat.
But also for females as well. But FYI, if once you go below around 14% body fat, females, you'll interrupt your monthly cycle and it causes a lot of problems. So don't do it. Simon's asked, can you have low body fat and be bloated and still not have a six-pack? Yes, you can, Simon. So again, it will depend on your genetics.
Gut health as well, though.
I store pretty much, I'd say 99% of my body fat all gets stored around my middle. So even at like 11% body fat, my abs still aren't really showing through because I've still got fat there. But the other thing that happened, of course, depending on what you've asked, if you're very well hydrated, you'll be carrying more water weight, which make you look more bloated, will make the definition disappear. So when you see these people really ripped, they will have actually usually dehydrated themselves significantly as well to get that really kind of ripped look. They try and flush all the water from their system.
True story, they drink white wine.
Not healthy.
They drink wine to dehydrate themselves before they go on stage.
But the other thing is, if you've eaten a meal that's gonna be high in carbohydrates, you'll get the glycogen flood as well, which again can make you look bloated. So
high in salt as well. So anything that high in salt makes you hold on to water weight as well. So, but also gut health. You know, things like IBS and stuff that, and also certain types of food. Obviously, for me, it's things like broccoli. Leeks really bloat me out. So no, they do, don't they? Like, actually, don't say anything.
Like, no, but it's like it's the onion family, isn't it? Those things are notorious. Peppers and onions.
Yeah.
Notorious for causing.
No, but I'm saying bloat. I'm not talking about anything. I knew that's why I was like saying, just be careful. No one wants to know these things. But yeah, so having a lot of vegetables actually can really bloat you. Even though obviously vegetables are incredibly good, the downside is that sometimes if you eat too many or a certain kind, and actually everyone's body's different and everyone's gut responds to different vegetables in different ways. Mine, for example, peppers, really triggers some bloating and uncomfortableness. And so does a lot of broccoli, and garlic for sure. My God, when we were living in Ibiza, particularly, there's Ali Oli. There's our favourite restaurant that we used to go to. Some people will remember on some of the lives we would do. I'd have Ali Oli, and my tummy was in bits. Like the next day, even at night, like the garlic really hurts my stomach. So everyone's different, but you know, I certainly, yeah. I mean, I there's certain times when I look like I've got more, you know, more defined abs than I have normally. Just depends. Garlic,
yeah,
I know.
I do love a bit of garlic.
Sarah, you said, you know, about you didn't do weights until you joined the 8-week programme, and now you can't imagine doing one or the other. No, I hear you. I think that's an education thing. It's just about getting the blend right, and I suppose having the support where you can progress someone and. But yeah, always doing both is essential to our health. Food issues or inflammation issues, yes, I'm like inflammation of the gut health, all that kind of stuff. So I was also going to say, if anyone hasn't read, I popped this post actually in this group this morning. Do have a read around the whole keto thing, so the low carb thing. This is triggered by a workshop that we actually did as part of someone else's group in the middle of the week. And someone said that she does keto, and I was like, because I said, you know, our view on keto. I was like, don't do really low carb. And she said, actually, I'm okay on it. And absolutely, like I say in the post, there's no one size fits all, but as a general rule of thumb, when you do a really low carb diet, it's really high in fat, and there are lots of, also you tend to get kidney issues because you end up going to the protein sources when you haven't got enough carbohydrate, and that puts loads and loads of pressure on the kidneys. There's a lot, they call it keto flu, you get fatigued. There was a study that said you get really, really high anxiety and depression if you're on too low a carb diet. And more than anything, keto is really, really hard to sustain. It can cause massive, massive food issues, and the yo-yo dieting, because you can't stay in ketosis. It's very hard, very, very hard to stay in ketosis as a lifestyle choice. It's just near on impossible, I would say. So that again creates loads and loads of unhealthy, really unhealthy relationship with food and the yo-yo dieting stuff. So just, you know, carbs in your diet, don't go overboard, make sure they're the right carbs, but please don't cut them out altogether unless you've really, really researched it. Just don't follow all these fads, you know. It was also born out of seeing loads of multi-level marketing people selling these ketone drinks to help you get into ketosis. To help, you can't. You can't. It takes a good few days to get into ketosis. You can't just drink a drink and get into ketosis.
No. Sarah says she's starting to see her abs. Yay!
Yes.
Go, Sarah. Awesome.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing. And the true story is, this might be boring, some of you have heard about it. You know, I never used to do any ab exercises at all, and I started seeing definition after about 4 months, I think it was, of just doing abs every other day for about 7 minutes. But it, I was going to say, although we say like 1,000 crunches won't work, it is to do with getting your body fat low. But the thing you can do is work your core so that the muscles start to push out more, which will obviously help as well. So a nice little core session, but it needs to be like 4 to 7 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week. That'll do the job slowly but surely over time. So we've got an announcement. Should we make the announcement now?
You make the announcement.
I'll make the announcement. So I said, wasn't lying. We do have an announcement. So what we're going to do is to make this a little bit more succinct, these coffee mornings, we're actually going to go to doing them on the first Sunday of every month. So we will do next Sunday, which is 3rd of May or whatever.
Bank holiday.
Bank holiday. So we'll do that. But what we're actually going to do, so on the first Sunday of every month rather than every single Sunday, so it gives enough time for people to build up those questions, bring them to us. You can always post in the group in the meantime and ask us anything you want to. But it's what we're going to do. We're actually going to do it via Zoom. So it means that you can jump in rather than typing all your questions and things and it feeling a little less interactive. What we're going to do is we'll do it via Zoom. We'll have the same link that goes out and that stays the same for each first Sunday of every month. But it just means that you can be on screen with us, you can unmute yourself, you can have a chat with us. I think it's just a little bit more interactive. So we can also stream live via that into this Facebook group. So we can, you know, do a two-pronged approach, but it just means that you do get the opportunity to click on that Zoom link, come in and ask us questions and have a little bit of a longer session rather than these shorter ones. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Yay! Let us know what you think about that. So we'll do the next Sunday in that style. Nice one, yeah. We'll do that the Zoom style next Sunday and then carry on from there. Have you got more questions for us? God, I'm really itchy. I'm really, really itchy.
It's these lilies. And now we've talked about it, like, and confirmed it. It's getting worse.
My biceps are really hurting. Did a big old bicep session yesterday.
I told you to be careful going up from 1 kilo to 2 kilo.
Great idea. Nice one. Twat. Sorry, I didn't say that out loud. Nice one. Great idea. Good. Sounds fab. Perfect. It just means you can, like, it's just a bit more interactive. It's nice to see you, basically.
Yeah.
But you're not going to want to necessarily jump on every single Sunday. So let's just do it first Sunday of the month. Sounds great. Perfect. And we'll publicise it and get more people on there. And
Steph Sharp had a question, I think. Oh, have we missed it? Did we miss it?
Sorry, darling. Got loads of comments.
We're going back through the comments. Do you guys do grounding earthing? No, but we'd be interested to learn about it, Simon.
Grounding earthing.
How do I see the comments?
Tell us more, Simon. Tell us more. Grounding earthing. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, I put one in the meeting. Oh, in the meeting.
Oh, let me have
how do I go to the meeting?
I'll do it. That's weird because that didn't alert me. But it might be. I might not have had a look at it soon enough. Happening now. Okay, 2 secs. Bear with us, people. In the meantime, Simon, let us know what you're... Oh, yeah. If you have a mega busy schedule and struggling with work-life balance, Would 3 30-minute resistance sessions a week still get you good results? Yes.
Yes. You're going to have to be smart about it, though, Steph.
3 full body.
Yeah. So, well,
Yeah.
you could either do upper, full, lower, for example, and know that
Yeah.
upper, full, lower. Know that middle one, say it's a Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, middle one's going to take you a bit longer than 30 minutes, probably, or just be really choosy about the moves you do. Or you could design like an A-B-A workout, and so one week you do A-B-A, next week B-A-B. I sometimes work in that format as well if I go down to 3 days a week, which I haven't for years now, but it is basically, in a nutshell, it is doable.
Yeah.
Go focus on compound moves to give you more bang for your buck, and just make sure you're hitting each body part and getting adequate rest in between.
Can I tell you what I would totally advise? Right, Steph. Full body 3 times a week. Don't know if you've got a notepad. I love my little notepad. Victoria did make me laugh about the lilies. She has to have white ones to match her room scheme. Full 3 times a week. Or, like James said, I wouldn't do the whole A bit. I would go upper, full, lower. Or lower, full, upper. They're the 2 that I would do. So full, or upper, full, lower. Makes sense. Walking around barefoot, let us know if that makes sense. Walking around barefoot, getting back to nature.
Not since we got back to the UK, Simon, but yeah, we did do a lot of barefoot in Marbella.
Yes, but wouldn't know it was called that, but yes, love.
Love sticking my feet in the sand with gin and tonic in my paw.
No, actually, we miss it. But actually, I'm more of a woodland fairy, so I actually like getting my...
The earthing me, well, Simon, that is actually good timing because just before the call, I was researching woodland to take Claire to next weekend.
You were, because I'm a woodland fairy and I like getting my feet in grass, not sand, and the water. So it's James and I are actually talking. We're a bit up in the air about what we want to do. I think so many people are. We're a bit up in the air about what we want to do, where we want to live a bit more permanently. So we need to find a middle ground, actually, of being near the sea potentially, but also having enough trees around me and then enough ground, forest and...
Formentera has pine forest and you can walk straight onto the beach.
I know. You reach to Formentera. Who knows? Who knows what we're doing?
Who knows?
Spot on. Yeah, I think... we've always been like that, actually. I think living in Ibiza and you're barefoot quite a lot. Obviously, when the weather's nicer, you're barefoot more frequently. So I always find it incredibly grounding to walk in nature.
You don't want to go barefoot around Camden, I'll tell you.
God, there were some wrongers down there yesterday. It was a bit hair raising, actually, because I was down there at about 7:15 in the morning, walking down there to go to the gym.
I walked Claire down and I walked back along the canal, and there were some people still up partying. They were like, morning! I was like, all right.
And James was like, don't come back along the canal, go back up Haverstock Hill. So I did. Too true, spot on.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Right, team. I think we're going to love you and leave you.
Yeah, if you've got any more questions.
Sunday, and we will see you next Sunday via Zoom and in here as well.
Yes, I'll
try
post...
and join via Zoom if you want to speak.
Yeah, and see us, and we can see your faces. It's a lot more interactive. It's really, really nice. So we'll do that next week. I'll pop the Zoom link in, and that'll stay the same. And we're just sending you loads and loads of love. Ask if you're watching this on replay. Put your questions underneath, and we'll come back to you. Have a fabulous Sunday. Have a fab Sunday. Grass and soil more than tarmac and concrete. You know, Simon.
Are we all watching the finale of Line of Duty tonight? We won't be, because it's after our bedtime. We'll catch it on Monday.
What time is it on?
9 o'clock.
Oh, no.
9 till 10.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. It
no.
scares me. Past 9 o'clock. Right, so...
Have a great day.
Sarah, if you're still watching, I'll give you a little tinkle bell in a second, and we will catch up. Oh!
And Victoria, we've got to catch up
with
Victoria.
Victoria, I'll catch up with you. Let's work out when we could go and have tapas together. Sending you loads and loads of love and a wonderful Sunday, whatever you're doing. Mwah. Love you guys.